So we're gonna watch the BFG and the Ames Prime.
You're a parent, you repeat things. It's what you do. If you're at the movies, you silence your phone. It's what you do. It's what you do. Speak. Fine. It's a new breed of reality series, and it's all on your phone. So you can watch it live 3 times a day. I'm Matt Damon. I'm Ben Affleck. And this... He's so insanely happy. So keep dancing. May I?
The word we're looking for is apocalypse.
Well guys, my whole entire childhood has been leading up to this movie, and I did check out the BFG. I checked it out in the Dolby Atmos AMC Prime Theater, and I will give, this time I promise I didn't do it in Independence Day, but this time I promise I will give my opinions, whether the AMC Prime is worth it or not. Now let's get to the plot of the BFG. So in the BFG is based on one of my all-time favorite childhood novels. Basically what happens in this movie is we have an orphan named Sophie. She discovers a giant. The giant discovers her, and the giant takes Sophie because he doesn't want for Sophie to be telling anybody that she saw a giant. So he takes Sophie. Sophie thinks the giant's going to eat him or eat her, but this giant isn't anything like that. We do have some giants in the same village where they do eat children, and he isn't nothing like that. He's a little bit more different from all those giants, and even though he gets teased about it, he does accept it sometimes. So throughout the movie we basically have Sophie and the BFG, the big friendly giant, bonding together and going in a very fun adventure, which I'm just going to say, this is, for a Steven Spielberg movie, this movie definitely captures the novel. So I got the BFG read me in 3rd grade, and I read it again in the 4th or 5th grade. Ever since I haven't read it, but I do remember a lot from that story, and seeing this movie actually reminded me a lot more of the book. And I'm glad that Steven Spielberg actually captured the magic of the book. And you know, as much as this movie has the magic of Steven Spielberg, it does end up feeling like a Tim Burton movie. But because it's unlikely for Steven Spielberg to have such a style with a movie like this, because again, this movie does feel like a Tim Burton movie, and this movie is just so friendly to the families and audience out there. To be honest, I was expecting some giants to eat some people, and we didn't really get that in this movie. We got more of a friendly take on this movie, and we did get a lot of things right straight off from the novel this movie, and I appreciate that a lot. Like, you have no idea how much I was smiling in this movie, thinking about my childhood, and it came true. This movie is just, the way it's made, man, I feel accomplished. I am just so thankful for a director like Steven Spielberg to make a movie like this, because again, it captures everything about this movie: the story, the characters, the gags in this movie. We do have some gross out humor that was in the book, and they do bring it to this movie, and holy shit, they do a great job capturing it. And Mark Rylance as BFG, he sells this character. He just does a very amazing job. And the little girl who plays Sophie, tell me she doesn't look like Sophie from the book when she actually kind of does. And she's one of the best child actors I've seen this whole entire year. And she is definitely one of the best child actors that Steven Spielberg has worked with ever since E.T. And along with E.T., Jaws, Jurassic Park, this is one of, in my opinion, one of Steven Spielberg's best works to date. And this movie, I'm just so thankful that I just captured everything from the book, and I'm definitely proud of what he did with this movie. Yes, there are some things changed here and there, but I mean, when you look at a adaptation from a book, and a lot of movies, when they get adapted to a book, they change just about everything from the book, and it doesn't really look anything like the book. For example, I like this movie, Alexander and Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. It's just a short book, but they had to expand it with some extra plot holes into that movie, and it didn't. Not all the stuff in that movie was in the book. Where in this movie, they basically put everything from the book to this movie, and they added a little bit more stuff to this movie. The humor in this movie is just really good, and again, they do use some gross out humor with fart jokes, but even though they're fart jokes, they're good fart jokes. They're not Adam Sandler fart jokes. And I thought that they just did a great job capturing these jokes too. And the script was just solid enough. We had some great dialogue coming, especially coming from the BFG in this movie. And just the visuals in this movie. The visuals are just so beautiful in this movie. They're definitely beautiful to look at. Now, watching the movie, my major complaint with this movie is the third act just felt so random. It didn't really feel like it really actually needed to be that long, but it did kind of fall apart a little bit, and it did feel a little bit random. But I'm going to mark it off a little bit for that, and that's why I can't give this movie a 9 out of 10, because it does fall apart a little bit with the third act. But then again, in the last 10 to 8 minutes of the movie, it picks up a little bit, and it brings back to the magic we've been watching in this movie. And I'm just amazed. The motion capture is just amazing. The casting is amazing. I didn't even know Rebecca Hall was in this movie till what I thought I kind of knew it was her, but I wasn't I didn't really know for sure. And I saw the end credits, and it was her. And Bill Hader, apparently he played one of the mean giants in this movie, and I don't really know who he was, but all the people that played those giants, I thought that they were very menacing and really good. As far as this is not Jungle Book level, this is definitely still a great movie. I'm so glad that finally someone actually knows how to make a great book adaptation of a movie, and Steven Spielberg, he's one of my all-time favorite directors. Believe it or not, in 7th grade, I had to do a wax museum project, and I chose Steven Spielberg, so I know a lot about him and his family, and I'm just proud that he made this movie. I'm going to give this movie a 8.7 out of 10 or a B+. The Dolby Cinema in this movie was really good with the sound system, but the thing that actually worked out is the AMC Prime. Every time you have a giant walking, your seat jumps with the subwoofers under the seat, and there's a scene where the BFG is chopping a vegetable, and you literally jump every time he chops it. Definitely worth it. So AMC Prime, worth it. So I'll make a separate video by AMC Prime later this week, hopefully. But anyways, did you guys see this movie? What you guys think about it? Anyways, hopefully my next movie day is going to be Purge Electioneer. I'm sort of excited. But other than that, what you guys think about it? Anyways, I'll see you guys for my next movie day, and bye.